Hey traders, Akil Stokes here, and I want to take a few minutes to share with you one of the best trades we had during this holiday shortened week. Now, before I forget, we also have some Black Friday deals going on here at Trade Empowered. You can click the link below this video to check them out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More importantly, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving for those who celebrate it, and I look forward to seeing you next week for another fantastic week of trading. Now, if we go over to, what was the other one? Dollar yen. Dollar yen is an interesting scenario as well. Dollar yen, well, it looks like TradingView here is missing some data. Uh-oh, look at that. Missing a little bit of data here on dollar yen. Let's go to a different time frame. Maybe we'll reload that a little bit later. There we go. Dollar yen, we can still push a little bit lower here on dollar yen. We've come close to the lows of this previous level of support, but I still think we can go a little bit lower here on dollar yen. And you can see that we're putting in a retracement. So two opportunities to get low, to get short here. One would be looking for a hold of this level. So you can see price action has come to a point where a level of previous structure support has become current potential structure resistance. You can see price action came down. We found support, bounced off of that level, found support again, consolidated for a little bit at that level, broke lower, and now that level of support should now act as resistance. So if price action can hold at this level, you may need to go down to an hourly for an entry reason. This is a good opportunity to get short. And the first place I would look for is a retest of previous structure lows. And again, we're not looking for, or at least I'm not looking for, any type of big, crazy, gigantic move. If I can get a 50 pip move out of here with a very low risk reward, you know, something like this, if I can get a 50 pip move out of here, then hey, that's a quality trade right there. Now, same as the euro dollar, if price action continues higher, so if we violate that level, dollar yen is sneaking towards there. We got a little bit of consolidation. We're starting to put in what looks to be maybe one of those descending wedges or descending channels. So we saw a big momentum move down, and then right, you saw two big green candles. Then we got a little pregnant pause in here. Wouldn't surprise if we started kind of bending out and doing something like this. Let's just hope that happens at the psychological number. Let's hope people love that 112 even handle, and we can see price pull to that and take some profits off the board here. Now here's a cool way to trail stops, right? You see this was basically a straight move down, so we couldn't really trail stops too much. If you want a more aggressive way to trail stops, you can go down to your range bar charts if you're able to. It would help if I actually, oh, I did load it up. There we go. All right, so I wanted to give you guys a quick update on the syndicate trade we took the other day on the dollar yen. My charts look a little bit different. I actually blew up my computer today, which stinks, but you can see that price action made its way down all the way to about the 112.15 level. I have my targets down at about 112.04. Now, these targets are based off the higher time frame. I'm just actively managing this trade on a lower time frame. And we spiked all the way down to about 112.15, so about 10 pips before potential profit targets before making its way back up. And then you can see as the day went on, we kind of ebbed and flowed. And what's interesting right now is that we actually have a Gartley formation that formed. If I go ahead and take my pattern drawing tool here, and we take this little move right here as our X leg, right? This is going to end up being our X to A, our A to B, our B to C, and a CD completion of a Gartley formation. So it's a little bit ironic because I am a pattern formation trader. I do trade Gartleys. Obviously, I'm not taking this one because I'm already involved in the trade, but this is a situation where I'm actually hoping that this Gartley not necessarily fails, as it looks like it actually hit target one, so maybe it hasn't failed, but I'm hoping for just a small retracement in this Gartley formation and a continuation down to that 112.04 level. So we'll see if we get there. This is kind of the, you know, the reality of trading. Price is not always gonna hit your targets for one, but it's not always gonna go straight down there. Sometimes it's gonna ebb and flow and kind of make you work for your money. But we'll stick with it. We stick by our analysis. I can actually move stops. Should have done this a little bit earlier. I can move stops to about break even. What's our Yep, stops to about break even. So I'm locking in, you know, not profit, but I'm putting myself in a risk-free situation. And when you're able to do so, it just relieves some of the stress that's in there when you have those thoughts going through your mind that I can potentially lose money. I can potentially lose money. Now, of course, you want to do so in a smart way. But if you're able to get stops to break even, if you're able to lock in a little bit of profit, that's always a positive thing for your trading. Hey gang, Keel here. It's Wednesday morning, and you can see price did run down and hit our targets here on the dollar yen, so a nice 50 pip win, and just more proof that patience pays, literally. It's very important in trading that we do two things: that not only do we trust our system and our strategy, but we also trust ourselves to execute it without error. I got an interesting comment this week under our Forex Market Preview YouTube video about a trader sharing his experience about a recent trade he took. He said, "Hey guys, I took a trade on the dollar Canada. It was a good trade. Things were going my way. However, I was in a trading forum, which is a big no-no, and I started hearing people talk about how price may move on this holiday week. You know, less liquidity in the markets. There are some fundamental news events coming out, and how that may cause some volatile movement, especially as we get closer to the Thanksgiving holiday." And hearing that news, it really got into my head, and I got scared, and I prematurely took targets off, only to see that my actual targets were reached a little bit later. And it may not seem like much to make that mistake to take targets off early, because you can justify it by saying, well, you know, I'm making profit, and you can't go broke taking profits. But the truth is you can, and profits it's all part of your expectancy. If you're sabotaging your expectancy by consistently taking your profits early and maybe taking your normal losses, or even moving stops back and taking bigger than normal losses, well, you're secretly sabotaging your system, so that expectancy is no longer positive. You could be trading the right way, but actually losing money. And that was a phase, unfortunately, that I went through in my trading as well. So you have to trust yourself, trust your analysis. Price action or the markets don't always make it easy. But if you're doing things the right way, and again, if you went through the process of learning and the process of building your strategy and testing your strategy the right way, then you know that what you are doing is correct. And you just have to trust it until you become confident enough to do it over and over again without fear. So good trade here. Again, about 50 pips before the holiday, which is good. Gives me a very good week. And well, we'll come back next week and try to do the same thing once again.